This conference will now be recorded.
Evening, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
I've sent you some assignments, ma. Have you gone through it? I've put it in the group. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
I've sent some assignments on charts and other things which I will be discussing. So please have a look and try to practice. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So charts already have told you. Okay. Last class I was telling you about protect sheet, protect workbook. Then what did I tell? Page layout I told you, right? Am I audible? Please respond.
Yes, ma'am. We did header, footer, and other things.
You have practiced?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now what you have to do is you go to Google. In Google, you type Excel quiz. Not now. When you're free, that time before taking up your exams, you go for Google Excel quiz, question and answers. Okay. So what happens? It will show you MCQs. Okay. In that, first you predict what will be the output. Click on it. And then you go for view result, view answer. So what you're predicting and what output it is showing, if it is one and the same, you're predicting the correct answer. Okay. So you can have a look. So next, uh, insert tab fully it was been covered. You know how to give a password to the workbook.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you give? How to assign password to the workbook so that no one should make changes to my workbook unless and until they does not know the username and password, they cannot enter into my workbook. How do we assign? You're aware, you're not aware. You
Yes,
want me
ma'am.
to
Ma'am,
repeat?
in files option, we need to go
uh,
to info.
File,
Info,
file info.
protect workbook,
Okay.
and in that, the second one, encrypt with
En-
password.
encrypt with password, so you can assign a password. Okay. Now how do I add any data into my custom list? You know about custom list? Tell me yes or no,
No, ma'am.
because we are lacking time and your portions need to be completed. You know?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now you can generate weekdays and months, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you type any of the weekday, if you drag it using fill hand, weekdays and months are generated, right? Same way, every month I'm paying salary to same set of employees. I need not type their names every time. I can store it in the custom list, and if I remember any of the name and if I drag it, that list of names will get generated. Okay, so we have two methods of adding the data into my custom list. Okay, how to add the data into my custom list? So how do I add is, so I'm typing some names here. So one method is go to file, here you have. So where I have to go? Go for file, go to file, then go for more, under more go for options, there you go to advanced, under advanced you have edit custom list. You should go to edit custom list there. So you can store the employee names. For same set of employees, you're paying salary every month. In case if new employee joins, that time you can add that additional name. Or if any of the employee has is not means no more in that company, he has resigned, in that case existing one employee can be removed. Okay, so I'll type a list of names. So James, enter. Jones, enter. Smith, Ellen, like this. I have set of names here. Okay, now I'll click on add. Now see, it has added into my custom list. I'll click on OK. Once more click on OK. Now whichever name you remember, type it using fill and drag it. So names are generated. Again, if you drag, same set of names will get again generated. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in case if I want to add one more name, how do I go to custom list? How do I go to my custom list?
File, then from
File, file,
more
more,
options, like
then,
advanced,
then,
then edit custom list.
go to edit custom list. So you can select that custom list. Along with that, again, I can add one more name. Okay. Or any of the existing name if you want to remove, select it and delete it. Clear? So I'll click on add, click on OK. Again, OK. Now, whichever name you remember, type that name using fill and generate. Is it clear? Any doubts you
Yes,
have?
ma'am.
Any doubts? Any doubts?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And once again, can you tell me?
Okay. So if I want to add data into my custom list, go to file, more, options, go to advanced. There you select custom list. Edit custom list. There, since weekdays and months, it has been stored already in the custom list. That is why in your worksheet, if you type any of the weekday or month in abbreviated form or in full form, so when you use fill hand, if you drag it, weekdays and months are getting generated. Clear? So now for this list of name, again you are adding some more names. If you say add, along with that list, one more name is been added. Click on OK, again OK. Now whichever name that you remember, if you drag it, so even that name will get added. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So this is one method. One more method is I can type the names here only and then I can import that to my custom list. So I'll store the names here. Now I want to add this list of names into my custom list. What I'm going to do is I have the list of names from which cell?
A1 to
A1 to
A5.
A.
To
A5.
A5.
A1 to A5. So select the range from A1 to A5. You type the list of names in your worksheet, select this range, then you go for how to go for custom list. How do
File,
you go? File, file,
more, more
then
options.
options,
Under options, go to edit custom list.
advanced.
Advanced and then edit custom.
Then go to edit
Edit
custom
custom.
list. Edit custom list. Now you can see here import list from cells. You have stored the names in your worksheet. I want this data to be imported. Okay, to the custom list. Press enter to separate list entries. Import list from cells. So here you are importing the list from the cells. So it is showing you have entered the names from A1 to A5, that range you have selected. You have to click on import. You have to just click on import. See that names are added into the custom list. In case if you want to add one more name, you can include here also. Okay, click on add. You have to just click on import. In case for that list, if you want to add some more names, you can click on add. Then OK. Again OK. Now, whichever name that you remember, you type that name. Just drag it. Again, same set of names will keep generating. Clear? Any doubts? Is it clear? You want me to
Yes,
repeat?
no more.
Okay, so you have two methods of adding data into the custom list. One method is directly go to the custom list, add the list of names. One more method is in the worksheet, you type the list of names, import that to your custom list. Clear? Now, if you want to remove that, go to File, More, Options, go to Advanced. There you have Edit Custom List. Select that names. I want to delete it. So undo will not work. Okay, you are removing this permanently. Okay, click on OK, again OK. Now if you type the name, if you drag it, it will show you the same name. Okay, drag, it will repeat the same name because that names are not present in the custom list. Any doubts? Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So under review, I have told protect sheet, protect workbook. So I've told you about thesaurus also, right? I've told you about thesaurus.
Yes, ma'am.
I've told you about comment also.
Yes, ma'am.
Translate.
Yes, ma'am.
So in your worksheet, how many cells data is available? These things also you can check it out by clicking on workbook statistics. This also I think I've told. Yes or no? I've told, I've
Yes,
not told.
ma'am.
Okay. Thesaurus means it will give you the synonym name. If I type management, I want to know the synonym name for this. Select that cell, go to thesaurus. Thesaurus means organization, means it will give you the synonym name. Management can also be called as organization, administration, supervision. If you want to replace that, instead of management, I can type I want to replace with administration. I can click here, I can say insert. Is that clear? You want me to repeat?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is okay. Next. So you have different types of views. One is normal view, one is page layout view, one is page break preview. Okay. Now I have a database here. So this is your normal view. So in the normal view, you can see your database. Okay. So same thing will appear even in your print preview. And same thing will get printed on your page also. Okay. If you go to page break preview, in page break preview, in page break preview, you can see you have n number of pages. Sheet is not a page. Sheet consists of n number of pages. Okay. You can see a blue color dotted dashed lines here. This indicates one page. Are you able to see? Please respond. In
Yes,
your,
excuse me, ma'am.
yeah, tell me, ma.
Ma'am, can you please show once again how you converted it into pages? The sheet you converted into pages.
So sheet is not a page. In sheet, you can have n number of pages. If I want to see how many pages I can have, or I want to see multiple pages, what I can do, I can click on this in your status bar. You click on this page layout. In page layout, I'm able to see, not in page layout, sorry, in page break preview. In page break preview, you can see the number of pages. You have to just drag it. See, you can see one blue color line there. You're able to see that blue color line after your
Yes,
database.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
When you bring your mouse pointer there, you can see arrow mark. Just drag it. If you drag it, you will be able to see number of pages. So where you have to
Okay,
go?
ma'am.
You have to go to page break preview. In page break preview, you are supposed to hold there in the corner. You are able to see arrow mark. Then if you drag it, number of pages will keep increasing. Okay. So sheet is not a page. Sheet consists of a number of pages. Is that okay? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts
Yes,
in
ma'am.
this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we have normal view. We have page break preview. In page break preview, I can come to know how many pages are available. Okay. I can increase as many pages I wanted. In one sheet, either I can take the printout of only selection, or I can take the printout of only specified page number content can be printed, or in one workbook how many ever sheets are there, in that sheet how many ever pages are there, you are able to take the printout of those pages also. Is it clear? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You have this page layout. If I go to page layout, you can as well insert header. So I can type NICT computer education. So either on the left hand side, or in the center, or on the right hand side. So in the header, I can have the company name. In the footer, I can have the page number. So once when you are inserting header, you will get this design tab. There you can go to footer. Go to footer. In the footer, I can insert the page number. Click on this page number. You can include the page number, or if you want even current date, current time can also be included in the bottom of the page. If not, you can have only the page number. Okay. Now if you want to come out of it, just come back to normal view, or here you'll be having, go to header, any changes that you wanted to make, then come back to normal view, or again if you want to go to page layout, you can see the header and footer. If not, you can be in the normal view. Go to file, print. In the printout, you are able to see here on top of the page NICT computer education. In the bottom of the page, you are able to see the page number. So whenever you are taking the printout, you have to include borders for your database. If not, it will not show you rows and columns. Clear?
Ma'am, could you repeat?
When you go to file, print, see, it is not showing you rows and columns here.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
whenever you're taking any printout, you can select the database. Okay. You have format as table. You can select any of these format. Okay. If not, you can apply this border. You can select all border. Okay. Now if I go to file, print, see, you will get rows and columns.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. And one more thing is when you're taking the printout. Okay. So I can go to file, print. When you're taking the printout, if you click on print, now here you can see print active sheet. How many sheet I was having in my workbook? I was having so many sheets. In different sheet, I have different contents. Which sheet is active? Only that sheet I want to take a printout. Then I can go for print active sheet. If I select print entire workbook, if I am working in book 1, if I have 10 sheets, each sheet has got different content. It's going to print the entire information. If you want selection, then you select this content. Select the content, file, print. So here you should select selection. Selection, then you give print. Only the selected content is going to be printed on your page. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If you select the database from your worksheet and if you go to file, print, if you select print selection, only the selected information will be printed on your page. If you select print active sheet, only active sheet, in that active sheet, how many ever pages are there, everything will get printed. Or you can mention the page number. I want to take the printout from the active sheet, 5th sheet to 10th sheet. I can mention here from 5th to 10th. Only those pages printout I want to take. If you don't mention here anything, in that active sheet, how many ever sheets are there, how many ever pages are there, everything will get printed. Okay. And now if you want to change the orientation, you can directly go for page setup also. Which is the default orientation?
Portrait.
Portrait. You can change that to landscape. So you can select landscape. So portrait will be vertical, landscape will be horizontal. So whether you want your content to be printed horizontally on your page or vertically on your page, it can be selected. And then you can take a printout. When you're taking the printout, default how many copies it will print?
1.
1. If you want more than one printout, you increase the number of copies here. I want the same content, 5 copies or 3 copies. You mention it here, then click on print. So 3 copies of this data printout can be taken. Any doubts you have in this? As
No,
well
ma'am.
as you have to check which is the printer connected to your system. You should choose that printer and take a printout. Clear? There might be 2 or 3 printers. In case if you have 2 or 3 printers, you want to take the printout from which printer, you can select that printer. In case if you have only one printer, that printer name will appear here. Okay. Any doubts? Tell me about print, what you can do in print.
In print, we can firstly choose how do we want it, either in portrait mode or in landscape.
Okay.
Then we have an option that how do we want it to be printed? Like, do we want with the boxes, like in the form of a table or without just the content?
No, that is selection. Only selected content should
Select.
be printed.
Yeah,
Or active sheet means, see, this is my active sheet, sheet 1. In this,
yes.
I have different pages. All content should be printed. If I give active sheet, how many ever pages I have, it's going to print all the pages. If not, I can mention the page number there. In this sheet, I may have 20 pages. In each page, I must have stored different content. But I want to take the printout from 5th page to 7th page. I can mention that. Or entire workbook means book 1 is my workbook. In that, I may have n number of sheets. N number of sheets will have n number of pages. Whether you want to take the printout of the whole thing and how many copies you want to take a printout. As well as you can go to page setup as well. Okay. When you're taking the printout, whether you want to take a black and white printout or whether you want to include row and column heading, this also can be included. When I told you about page setup, same thing can be chosen even from the print page setup. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And paper can also be selected here. Whether you're taking the printout on A4 size, A5 size, you can include header and footer. Margins can be changed. And whether you wanted on the page, content should be printed in the center of the page. You can select both the options. Here it is not printing properly. So this content, it is in the corner, top corner. It will print in the center of the page by leaving equal space in the top and bottom. As well as you have page order. When you're taking the printout, whether you wanted down then over. Down then over means first page, second, third, and fourth. When you go for over then down, first, third, second, fourth. In that way, the printout can be taken. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So in the uh, in the printout, I can see the preview. I can go to page setup. Again, I can make changes whether I want orientation to be changed or paper size to be changed or the order of the printout can be changed, or you can include row and column heading, whether you want printout to be taken in black and white instead of color. All these changes can be made. Is it okay? Have you understood?
Ma'am, could you
Anything you
please
want me
repeat?
to repeat? Huh?
The last thing that he said.
Last thing?
The last
You
thing
want
that
me
he
to
said.
repeat?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
want me to repeat?
Ma'am, could you just
When you
repeat the last thing you said?
go to file, go to print. When you go to print, you have two things. One is directly you can take a printout. You can mention number of copies. In case if any changes need to be made, go to page setup. From page setup, you can change the orientation, You can select the paper size on which the content has to be printed, whether A4 size, A5 size of paper you are inserting, on that whether you want the content to be printed. You can set the top margin left, bottom, right. You can as well as select center on page, whether horizontally or vertically it has to be printed. Okay, vertically or horizontally. Header and footer, if you have not inserted, that also can be edited. As well as when you're taking the printout, you may have color as well as black and white printout, both the options. When you're taking the printout, if you don't want to take color printout, you can select black and white. You have that option here. If you want to include row and column heading, see here, now it is showing you row and column heading ABC 1 2 3. This is your column heading, this is your row heading. 1 2 3 is your row heading, ABC is your column heading. While taking printout, whether you wanted even this row and column heading to be printed, then select this option. And what should be the page order when you're taking the printout? Whether you wanted in a sequence, first, second, third, fourth. If not, first, third, second, fourth, in this way. Okay.
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
click on OK. Any doubts you have in this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. 1 second, I'll just get back. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you have even the stable option here. In insert tab, it has been told. Insert, I think pivot table is being told by your ma'am earlier.
No, ma'am.
It was being told, ma, in the starting class. Home tab and insert tab was being taught. Yes
Yeah,
or
ma'am.
no?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Table option was being told.
Ma'am. Yeah.
Table is being told. Yes or no? You are aware of it, you are not aware, please response.
Table, no, ma'am.
Okay. Now I have this database. Now, can I click on the slicer? When I click on slicer, what it is showing you? It is showing you connection in this workbook. No connection found. Isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now, for this database, what I'm going to do is I'm clicking on this. I'm selecting that database, clicking on this table. Okay. Click on this table. Where is the data for your table? It is showing you the database range. My data is commencing from A1 to C6 and it contains header. Header is in which row?
The first row.
First row. That is A1, B1, C1. That contains my header. Now click on OK. Now automatically one more design tab is appearing. Earlier it was not appearing. When I convert my database to table, only then this design tab is appearing. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, automatically slicer option has also appeared. See, automatically slicer option. So, slicer is used again for filtering your data. I can quickly use the slicer option for filtering my data. So, which column contains repeated data in this database?
The job.
Job. So, I'll click on this job. I'll click on OK. See, slicer is appearing. Instead of clicking on this pop down and selecting manager, I can make use of even this slicer option. So I can quickly filter even from this. Whichever designation I select, only that particular data is displayed. If you want to remove that filter, click here, clear filter. If I want to remove the slicer, right click here on this job title, remove job. It's going to remove the slicer. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you please show it once again?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is my database.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now your table option is active. Shortcut key for table is Control T. Okay. Select the database. Click on this table. So whatever database that you have selected, that range has been automatically appearing here. Where is the data for your table? My data is available from A1 to C6 and it contains the header. So header is present in the top row. Click on OK. Once you click on OK, automatically one more tab will appear, Design tab. Okay. So you can filter your data by clicking on this pop down, isn't it? Filter I had told you, right? You remember?
Yes, ma'am.
So you
Yes,
can use
ma'am.
this conditions. I have told you, right? Have you tried all these?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is one method of filtering. One more method is, now since you have converted it to table, earlier on normal data, if I click on slicer, it was showing you error message, no connection. Now see, if I click on the slicer, it is not showing you connection error. It is showing you in your database whatever fields are available. Among that, for which field you wanted slicer to appear. So I'll select job. I'll click on OK. So slicer will appear here now. It is easier for filtering your data even from your slicer. Okay. You can quickly filter the data using slicer. So whichever designation you select, only that record will be visible. Other records are hidden. To remove this, click on clear filter. So clear filter shortcut key, it is showing you there only. Alt plus C. Okay. If you want to remove the slicer, right click on this and select remove job. Slicer is removed. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, if you go to design tab, here you are able to see header row. Now header row is invisible. It is hidden. Again click on it. It is appearing. Total row. See, one more total row has appeared and it has found the sum of all these 5 records. If you don't want, remove that total row. You have banded row. alternative row shading is different. See, now it is equal. Shading is equal. If I click on banded row, see alternative row shading is different. One is gray, one is light blue. Now if I click on first column, your names are displayed in bold letters. If I remove it once again, see, it is normal. Last column, salary is displayed in bold letters. Banded column, alternative column, shading is different. If you don't want this filter to appear, remove this filter button. Filter is removed. In case if you want this table style to be changed, you can click here, choose whichever table style you wanted. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts on this?
No, ma'am.
You know about this picture, shapes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
spin dot, shapes,
Yes, ma'am.
screenshot also, smart arts.
The smart one was
Huh?
not.
What?
Smart art was not taught to us.
Martap
Okay.
isn't taught, ma'am.
Okay. So you can go for insert, smart art. You have n number of smart arts here. I can go for whichever smart art you wanted. Go to process. So I have input. You can directly type here only. Input, process, output. So first you are inputting the data, then it will get processed, and then the output is displayed. Either it can display on your monitor or you are able to take a printout. So this is the process, right? In computer. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So once you have done with the smart, you can change the smart art style here, whether you want 2D, 3D. You can change the color of it like this. You can change. Okay. Again, if you want another one, go to insert, smart art. You have cycle. You can select the cycle. Say okay. So I have seed. After seed, what? Have bud, flower, fruit. If you don't want this, you can delete it. Okay. So again, I can select, change the color like this. Clear? Any doubts? Are you understanding?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Similarly, I'll just show you. See like this. You have pyramid type, smart art. In that I have world, country, state, city, area, house, individual. Or I have hierarchy. In that I have GST. In that CGST, SGST, IGST. Or I have this egg, chick, hen. So like this, different smart arts are there. You can try it out. So enjoyable work, perseverance, success, like this. So there are so many smart arts. I wanted you to try it out. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you will try with other smart arts. You will
Yes,
try
ma'am.
with other smart arts. You can go to Google. Here you can check it out first. Go to insert. You have smart art, right? In smart art, you can type hierarchy smart art images. It will show you with example. Same thing, you can take a screen clip and you can try it out with that smart art. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
See here, I can check it out. Pyramid smart art in Excel. You can go for images. See, it will show you with examples. Like here you have product, price, place, promotion, like this. Whatever different information you wanted. See now, if I want this one, I can go to Excel. In Excel, go for insert. You have this screenshot. There you can select screen clipping. You can just select this portion. It will come here. Later on, you go for insert, smart art. You go for pyramid and then you try to insert in the same order. Are you getting it? Like this: world, country, you have state. You want to include, again right click, add, after. Again right click, add shape, after. Again right click, add shape. Again right click, add shape, after. Now you can choose whichever 2D or 3D you wanted. Change the color. You can see it here. Is it clear? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Charts already I've told you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you tried it? I've given some examples.
Yes.
I've given you the data. Please try it out for that. Okay? You'll do it, you'll not do it.
We'll
Yes,
do
ma'am,
it,
we'll
ma'am.
do.
Okay.
Will do.
Okay. So there was a message put from your end, is it, in the group? Regarding the exams?
I think the teacher who's in charge of these courses put it.
Okay. Okay. Now let me teach you about the Sparkline. So Sparkline, if you want your graph to be displayed in cell, then I can use this Sparkline. In Excel, all graphs that fit in one cell is your Sparkline. So Sparklines are great for displaying trend. Excel offer three Spark types. One is your line, column, win or loss. Okay. Now I'll show you how to do this. This also I've sent you the details. Okay. So you can display the chart in the cell. Okay. You're selecting this row. Go to insert. There you have Sparkline. So I'll go for this line Sparkline. Data range. Data ranges from A2 to G2.
G2,
Location is H2 cell.
H2.
Yeah. So click on OK. So it is showing you the graph. So again, once you have inserted the chart, automatically design tab will appear. You can select high point, low point, all these things you can check it out. If you want to change the color, you can. If you want to clear this, clear Sparkline, you cannot delete. If you press delete key, that graph is not getting removed. You have to go to clear selected Sparkline. Only then it has been removed. So how do I get the Sparkline? Select the row A2 to G2. Then where I should go? Insert tab. You have Sparkline. What happened?
Sorry, ma'am.
Go to line. So choose the data that you wanted for your chart. So my data commences from A2 to G2. Location where it has to appear. I want that chart to appear in H2 cell. Click on OK. So you can see the changes here. Any doubts? If you want column chart, click on this column or win or loss like this. Okay. You have three types of chart. If you want this to be cleared, go to clear selected Sparkline. Okay. Any doubts? Any doubts you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What is hyperlink? You people know Microsoft Word? You know MS Word?
Yes, ma'am.
So there also you have link, hyperlink. What is hyperlink? What is hyperlink? What is hyperlink?
We aren't sure about it, ma'am.
So if I go to link, okay, you can choose any of the file which is created earlier in any application. Okay, so any of the application file. See, I have created some file in Notepad. Okay, I'll select that file, click on OK. You're going to get the link of that file. Instead of me going and opening that file on the desktop, that link is appearing in my cell in the worksheet. When I come across that cell, you're going to get the hand symbol. When I click on it, it opens that particular file. Clear? You can have link to any other application file. It can be any file which you have created earlier. It might be from Word, it might be from Notepad, it might be from Paint. Any application file which you have worked and saved earlier. If you want to go to that particular file, I can make use of this link, hyperlink. Choose whichever file you have created earlier, or if you have any image which you have downloaded, if you want to have a link to that file, okay, just click on that link. That particular file is going to appear. That file will be opened.
Ma'am, could you repeat?
You can have link to any other application file which you have created earlier. It might be in Notepad, WordPad, Paint, or any image that you have downloaded. You can have link to any other application file. Instead of going to that location, opening that particular file, being in Excel, I can go to link, choose the file which I have created and saved earlier. You must have saved the file in desktop or in my documents. It might be any file. Okay. You can have a link to that file. Okay. So you can have a link to that particular file. If I click on it, that file is going to be opened. That file will show you what content you have stored in that particular file. Any doubts you have?
No,
Now
ma'am.
you tell me what you have understood about this hyperlink. If you save, even this link will be saved in this worksheet. If you delete, that link is not available. What is hyperlink?
You can insert a link from any application into the
So that
Excel
I can,
sheet.
yeah, so that I can go to that location. I need not open that file. Okay. If that link is
Yes,
there,
ma'am.
it will open that file.
Yes,
Any
ma'am.
doubts? Okay. So today we'll stop this session. We'll continue in the next class. So meantime, whatever is being taught in the previous classes, practice, and today whatever I've sent you some assignments, please work on it.
Thank you,
Ma'am.
mom.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, mom.